Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Serrano,
And your boy Xander Gray right here.
and this is the Doer and the Thinker podcast.
So I got a question. Do you think, and I've kind of discovered this like not that long ago. It might be kind of weird, maybe not. I feel like people who have decent childhood, like good childhood, have no interest in like fantasy or like science fiction shit.
Oh,
Or like, you think so? I know it's super generalized. It's super generalized. Like, we both had no papas, and I
Yeah.
feel like we like escaping. Like there are times where I can't wait to go to sleep because I'm like, I have this thing in my head that I want to explore.
okay, but let's we have to, if we're gonna talk about that, we have to set the basis of what a good or bad childhood is.
Okay, so how about this? So this dude that I know, life pretty much was kind of somewhat perfect in the beginning, right?
Oops.
Okay. And dad was there for him, mom and dad, proud of him, like gave him everything he needs. Like he didn't have to worry about shit. Like if he falls, Papa's there to pick him back up. If he fails, Papa's there to pay the bills. If whatever, you know what I mean? And that may not be a great childhood, but then towards when he was older, Papa and Mama got a divorce, and maybe he resented the Papa for whatever family history shit. But he's not one to like fantasy, science fiction, superhero shit. Like he didn't grow up on it because he grew up playing like baseball and shit, playing music and shit. With Papa and Mama.
Yeah. I think that there is something to be said about your comment about fantasy stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if there's merit in the nerdy stuff.
Maybe how about I can't say imagination, like I don't know, like I'm and like you, I'm assuming you might be the same way. Like I like being in my head.
Yeah, the escapism.
Yeah, escapism. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But again, he plays music and shit. Like you know what I mean?
If you don't have anything to escape from, are you really interested in the escapism, right? Like kind of like what you're saying.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I think there's like that's a really good point, and
I know it might be jumbled up a little bit. I mean, maybe I'm not asking the right question, like the context, but you get what I'm saying.
no, I definitely get what you're saying. It's just kind of hard. I mean,
By the way, this is pretty fucking cool though.
America's ass.
Yeah, with the Mjolnir and everything, dude.
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Speaking of nerdy shit.
I like it when they make clear bases. That gets me.
And then this one too. I got that one too. The one when he, spoiler alert, died.
That was fucking sad.
I know, dude.
Not as sad as when Tom Holland died, though. That one fucking crushed me, dude.
Tom Holland.
Oh my god, that fucking crushed me. Poor Spider-Man.
Oh, when he turned into dust.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the sorry. Got distracted.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I know a couple people that have had good childhoods. Only a couple. But they like nerdy shit, but I will say that I don't think they're as interested. They're okay, they're nice about it, but I don't think they're as interested into like the fantasy, like the RPG, like play pretend kind of like, thing.
I think nerdy shit can't count, I feel like.
I agree. Yeah, because it's kind of like pop culture.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, like it's kind of cool now, right?
Yeah.
Like to read comics and whatever.
You know what? Okay, hear me out. One of the reasons why I'm so into the whole role playing and D&D thing and this fantasy world stuff, I don't think, now that I'm like kind of thinking about it harder, I don't think it's because I was escaping from something when I was little. It was more that I was left to my own devices. So I had to kind of fill my time with something, and a lot of that time was filled with playing pretend and doing those kind of things.
Same, same.
So it's like I was more like me and my cousin when we were little. That was big. Like that's what we would do: go out and play pretend. Like, we would get left in Mexico for the summer, and my grandma was just very like old and not really like active, right? Like she was active, super active, but like she wasn't like gonna keep up with fucking kids.
Yeah.
So she just kind of let us do whatever we wanted, and that's what we would do. We would go out and play pretend. We're left to our own devices.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like molded us. Like even till now, he's still kind of like very creative, very
Yeah. I was the same way. Like I drew a lot, I drew a lot. I drew a lot, and like I loved like cartoons and whatever, and like that's why I'm like balls deep in anime right now. Like I've been watching a lot of anime. You're not really a fan of anime, right?
I like it. I have to. It's hard for me to get into it.
Yeah, you have to be involved for sure. But anyway, we can talk about that here in a second. But yeah, I did the same thing where I was a superhero, was a knight, or I'm like a crazy martial artist fighter, blah blah blah, and then I had toys too, like, so
Yeah, I think there is something about like that whole allowing yourself to be immersed. And some people, maybe they just have too much structure or that good childhood where they have both parents present, so they're being kept busy by whatever it is, like the sports, or something else.
Yeah, but I played sports, but it was never. Did you play sports? It was never like through my parents though. Like my dad, like for some reason, like didn't want me to play soccer at all. It was weird. Like he was like, nah, like you go to school,
Right,
son. Like
straight up be intellectual.
you need to have A's. And we talked about in the past podcast, like I'm a Asian.
Right.
I'm not like, you have to watch the video to see what I just did. But like, you know what I mean? So like I had no interest in that. Like I really wanted to be like this really smart, intelligent genius. No, dude, that's not me at all. Like,
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can definitely see that point, but I don't know. I don't know what that trigger is. Like we should ask a lot of the people that I know about why they're so into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we could do like on the social medias, we can do like a poll or something.
Dude, I have so many. What's fucked up is I have more friends that are like come from broken homes and that had like. I don't want to say fucked up, but like they all have like some kind of childhood issues more than I have like people that had stable.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I know,
families.
same. Like
I think that's so hilarious and
like,
fucked up at the same
like
time.
my wife went through some shit. Like I went through some. You went through some shit. Like a lot of my close friends technically went through some shit, and like I relate more to the nitty gritty type of people, like not like gangsters or anything, but maybe, I don't know, that went through some shit. Like, like, but the people that are like,
I mean, I don't want to misrepresent my childhood. I had a fantastic childhood.
Yeah.
Like I was well taken care of, never wanted or needed anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't rich, but I didn't like, I mean, at the earlier stages of my life, we did struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I never in my life have ever wondered if I'm going to eat tonight or not.
Yeah. I've never, same.
So
like,
I've
never had to struggle like that.
Yeah. I don't want to misrepresent that, but I will say that I was left to my own devices.
Yeah. Same.
My parents didn't take any interest into what I was interested in.
Yeah.
And
they don't want you to do what you want to do. They
Right.
want you to do what they want you to do to
not
succeed.
even that. It was just more like they were so busy trying to survive, I suppose. And my dad just didn't give a shit. He was just more like, dude, the more I think about him, the more I feel fucking bad for him. Like he was just a man trying to make a living, sell a little moonshine liquor for his family. I fucked that one up. But I can't do the Brad Pitt one. Sometimes I can, but I can't do it. But that was him, dude. He was just trying to fucking provide,
Yeah.
Like, so he didn't really have time to like love me.
He got real.
Yeah, he didn't
It
have that
got real.
time.
I mean, like, he's not just out there to provide and support my family. He ain't had time to love me.
Yeah.
One tear.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really. I mean, I forgave my dad like a while, like I want to say a year ago or 2 years ago, quite recently, and I kind of, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel bad for him and like what he's going through. He lives out in Singapore or whatever, and I when I can, I send him money or gifts or whatever, or just check in with him. But we have like really nothing in common to talk about, and yeah, just trying to think about how I was back then, why he just kind of maybe didn't give a shit, or you know what I mean? Like I think he was flawed.
Right.
A lot of men back then, in my opinion, depending on how they're brought up or whatever, flawed and never have given a chance to like dig deep and see what their faults or flaws are, or at least be accountable for like, oh, I'm like this because of past trauma or whatever.
Yeah, I also think, to be fair, I mean, we should be fair, and I think that our generation and generations after us are super privileged, very, very privileged, and by that I mean we don't have to worry about trying to survive, and what I mean by that is we didn't have to worry about running away from a country that we're scared that we're going to die in to provide for something better for a family. We didn't have to worry. We don't have to worry about like in an example for my dad, he was well off. It's not like he was like, running from, I don't know, Nazi Germany, but I think he just got so caught up in providing and trying, like he was just so, I really don't fucking know, but like I think I can just see that he was just so caught up in trying to make sure that he was providing, make sure things were going okay, that he just missed the boat.
Yeah.
He just missed the boat of
No pun intended.
parenting. Yeah. The whole parenting boat, the whole, and aside from that, it's just hard for him to do that, but as an adult, as a grown man, I myself am gonna hold myself accountable to make myself better for my family. I don't think that he had that privilege because he just was trying to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely can see that, because I think then it's about like, fuck, I have kids, I have to make money so they don't go hungry or whatever. Right. But then it's like it got to the point like, fuck these kids, like I have to provide. And then maybe the whole time he didn't want to do that at all. Like maybe the whole time like he just wanted to be a cook or whatever. I like, and this is what sucks too, is like, maybe, and that's on me too. Like I don't know anything about my dad. Like, and there are times where I don't know anything about my mom either.
Yeah,
about my parents, my family's history. Like I don't know jack shit about them.
That's why sometimes I do feel very jealous of people that like kind of like would have like that good childhood, because
my dad came from a long line of Vikings and blah blah blah. You can see in this
or like they kind of understand what their parents think.
Right.
For me it was so like they are such an authority that I'm not allowed to have conversations about like what they think. What do you feel? What do you think? You know?
Well, when was the last time you feel weak?
Yeah,
bitch, I don't feel weak.
Yeah,
I don't even come.
Yeah, I'll show you fucking weak right here,
bitch. But ow.
Yeah, exactly. You're weak. You're weak, and you're worth nothing.
Yeah, pretty much, man. And I think maybe that
my dad never said that to me. Let's just be clear.
Yeah,
I'm just
my dad did.
Not at least not with words.
Yeah,
just with lack of emotion.
Yeah,
and caring.
He said it by his absence.
Click, 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 click.
So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe that is one of the fears of like me not wanting a kid, or not ready to have a kid. It's just because obviously I know where I'm at in my life, and I thought about this too, like while just kind of being around my wife and just watching TV or whatever, to be able to watch TV, sit on the couch, and like be in a house that I own. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn, man, I'm fucking lucky. Like, even if like right now, I don't really have a, I don't really have a stable job technically, but I know no matter what, like I'm gonna make money for us. Like
Right.
no matter what, I'm gonna go out there and make money, you know, and support the family and whatever. And it has given me understanding that has given me like a different type of drive where it's like it's all about her, this house, and the, you know, dogs providing, and also being healthy enough to be able to do all that stuff too. It has given me a different type of strength instead of like they're in the way, they're in the way of me wanting to do this, like, which is not true at all. Like,
Yeah.
and I've never felt that way. Like I think I've never had to see it in that perspective where it's like, no, like who you have around you and who you have to support will give you the strength that you need to be successful.
But do you ever find yourself kind of so caught up in like the stress of trying to provide that you kind of lash out?
In the past, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
In the past, I think it was like I need to be success. I mean, we've talked about this. Like,
Right.
you know, I have to be successful and make millions and millions of dollars, and then no, you don't. And I think having that better understanding that here's the thing. Like, I would, if I need to, I will go back to my own job and like sit down and put my head down and work, because I know that I'm not aiming to get promoted. I'm not aiming to do more than I need to. Like, I will work hard, but whatever that I have in my head that I need to do for like my own like music, whatever, you know, music videos or whatever, like being creative, I was like, ooh, I get to kind of plot and then do that after, or like, oh, while listening to this podcast, or oh, while listening to music, I get to think about, okay, when I get to have a game plan, because I'm doing monotonous things, I get to kind of like think about stuff like that. So I see the value in like, also like, I'm also privileged and lucky enough to actually have a job too. You know, some people are struggling right now, and that I genuinely don't have any complaints. But yes, in the past, yeah, it was like I have to do this. I have to make this amount. I have to like do more. I have to be a person of authority, and fucking who cares?
See, I still struggle with that on the daily, especially like right now. Like, so for everybody, by the time this comes out, it'll be fine. But I mean, I've been working almost every day for like since January, flying back and forth from California, right, and here. working
Yeah,
here
you
in
look the
Seattle.
opposite of good.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. You just
No.
look tired. You look tired.
I'm all right, but
Yeah, you okay.
I think like there's a wall that I hit, and it's called resentment, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. And it's something that I do struggle with, especially right now while I'm working. And we both talked about it, and we both get it, right? Like, it's just a symptom.
Well,
But-
especially when you don't really have a break to really analyze it. It's like you're go, 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 go. So when you do have a break, it's like, fuck, the break is only temporary.
Right.
You know,
It's
so,
like hours, right?
So
They get,
and
like,
it's
hours
almost
off.
like you don't have the perspective, because you're just running on almost fumes, perhaps, that you're so tired. But I think, again, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I think once it's over, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, now I know what I may need to do or whatever.
Yeah, well, my problem is more like the lashing out part, you know. So
Yeah.
like I get so caught up in, and that's part of me that I got from my dad that I fucking hate. You know, like I will get, and I mean, I'll call myself out on it. Like, I get caught up in trying to be a provider that I will lash out, or I will have expectations that are just stupid, you know. And that, it's hard for me sometimes. It's really hard, especially because I'm performing at such an elevated level right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's nobody told me to do that, you know? Danya definitely didn't tell me to fucking do that, even though she wants the money, right? But she didn't tell me to do that. It's me. I'm the one that put the pressure on myself to make the commitment to fly to California every other week, to work, nonstop, and to help out, But for some reason, sometimes it just kind of, it's so hard for me to kind of just let go of the resentment, let go of, well, I'm putting all this work in, I need you to match me. I need you to match my intensity, and then if it's not, then I start to get like, I get
To just people in at work or to with Danya or
just
what?
Danya. Yeah.
Okay,
People
okay.
at work, that's not like, it's just, I don't
Neither
know.
here nor there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just tough, and that's the part of me that I don't like, that is something that I inherited, like my dad was very much like, I'm the provider, so you owe me this. And I fucking hate that about myself. But it's hard, especially right now. Like, we were getting a lot better with it before, but it's hard right now just because I'm performing at a different level, But yeah, man, like I can definitely, and that's why I kind of get some perspective. I get a little bit more understanding of what was probably going through his head. So the more that I get that perspective, the more I just kind of feel bad, you know?
I I have one thing to say, and I have two questions. If I remember, I think I got caught up a little bit, but only thing that I can relate to with it with the it's expectation, right? And it's you're anticipating, like, especially with your partner or people that you work with, or depending on what you do, it's like, I want you to, if I'm going 150%,
Right.
motherfucker, you better go 160% so I can match you, and that that is an impossible task, for some. That's why I left bands. That's why I left the certain jobs.
Yeah.
We've butt heads before too about
Yeah.
this
On
shit,
that
right? You
basis.
know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to understand that sometimes, also, not even that is being able to let go too. And I know that, okay, I want to do something. I want to achieve something, and I know that if I'm not able to motivate this person, if I'm not able to have an incentive for this person to work harder, be better, whatever, then hey, it's not on him or her, it's on me. So it's then I have to let go and then move on and then manage that expectation. You know what? Hey, if I want it bad enough, then I'll do it. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So that's why a lot of the stuff that I do, I end up doing alone, because you don't want to, at least for me, I don't want to fall into that, like, expecting, like, what the fuck, like, we talked about this and we didn't do it, and not just with you, just in general, right? And
Right.
then it's
Right.
like, then that resentment comes in, and it's like, why the fuck am I working harder than you? When it's like, I didn't ask you to work hard, I was like, oh, then why are we doing this? Like, we're doing it for fun, like, whatever,
Right.
so being able to understand that, and also understanding that, yeah, it sucks, man. Like, the people around you, or sometimes they're not able to match you, even though, like, for me, I like surrounding myself with, like, people that, for one, know way more than I do, two, or way smarter than me, three, that work way harder than I do. Then it would, but we talked about this too. It just motivates me to hell yeah, like, I
Yeah.
want to do better. I want to be better, and I'm inspired. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, but the question would be, let me think here. Yeah, you kind of put yourself in that position, and because you wanted to provide, you wanted to do more, but is that, it's not trying to, I'm not trying to be rude. Like, how is that working out for you? And also, like, it's just the be all end all for you too. Like it I think you like being important in that essence. I think you like being uh fuck, they need me. Hell yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna go 150. And
Yeah.
but I think you have other dreams. I could sense that you want to do other things, but because it's the innate responsibility inside of you that you have to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
so I mean, I did this because that is my family. Like the last place that I worked at, those people literally raised me, right? Like I've been working there since I was 18, and they were suffering. Like when I got there, like there's some shit that happening, you know, and they were suffering, and these people are just so fucking tired, dude. And so I wanted to go because I wanted to help. That's it, you know, like because I'm making good money, but I'm not making the good money that I could be making. If I wanted to make good money, I would go to all these crisis contracts, right? This isn't, that means that like, it's like when Texas was really bad, New York, these people are making fists and fists of money. They're just getting money stuffed in their pockets, right? I'm making good money. So don't get it, let's not get it twisted. But I'm not making as much money as I could be. But I want to only go to that hospital because those are my people. And yeah, it feels great that there's a lot of things that feel great. It feels great that they let me come back and help and that I can be there and be part of it. It feels amazing that I'm back in my team. This is the people that I grew up with, that I helped raise and that helped raise me. And it just fucking works, dude. Like we just, like, there was a point where like we were just like the shit was hitting the fan, and I'm coming into the department to get equipment, and somebody else is coming in to get his name's Ken. He's like, I fucking love this guy, right? And he was my boss. So we just kind of come in, we're getting equipment, and we just look at each other and we just start laughing, right? Like it's just like things are so crazy that we just start laughing, and then we start laughing at the fact that we're just laughing at this craziness, right? But we have that much of a close relationship where it's just like, we got this, you know, we got this. It's so funny, but we're just gonna fucking handle this shit. And that does feel great, you know. I don't think that it's like it does feel good to feel a certain way. Like my bosses, when I came back, they're like, dude, the people that are like the people that you're working with right now, their morale is so elevated just to have to see you, you know. And it's not because it's me personally, it's fresh blood, right? Just a little bit of the cavalry coming in. And that does feel good, but what feels better is that I can be service to these people. That, and it sounds so fucking weak and it sounds so like ass kissy, but that's it. Like I'm so happy that I could be of service to these people. And that just that helps me pay them back. And I don't know what it is. It just, that makes me feel good. It's just the love, right? And then on the flip side, there's a part of me that fucking loves chaos. Like today when I was talking to those people that like, you know, they were like, we had that disconnect about death and COVID and all this stuff. There's a fucking part of me that just loves the chaos. I love the tiredness that I'm feeling. I love the adrenaline that just keeps me driving. Like I'm doing something so stupid, so insane. I'm literally working almost every day, flying back and forth, working night shift, day shift. There's just something about it that challenge. I'm gonna fucking pull this challenge's hair and make it my bitch. And for me, that feeds me.
right. But why is there resentment?
The resentment is because there are expectations that I have in my head that sometimes I do a decent job of communicating, and sometimes I don't do a decent job of communicating. And I know that I'm working at an accelerated pace. I know that I'm working on a different level, right? So the conversation, and I'll be blunt, like, and I'll be honest, the conversation was this: babe, I have an opportunity. I can go to California. I can make decent money for us, but I'm not going to do it again if it's going to be the way that it was before. And that's when like I was working every day before, like years ago, to get us out of debt. And I'm not going to do this if like you don't have my back. I need you to make sure everything's taken care of. Everything. Like I cannot do anything but work, you know? And before that, we had the same conversation. These are the expectations, and it just didn't happen, right? So it was like a big conflict.
Yeah.
And she just said, I got you. If you got me and you're going to do this for us, I got you. Great. Are you fucking sure? right? Like, I know that you think that you understand what's going to happen right now, but you don't. Are you sure?
And this is before you went. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
I even told them I was going to take the contract.
Yeah.
I got you. Great. Done. I'm done. We're doing this, right? So she does a great job. She already knows what she's got to do, right? Like the bare minimum to have me survive, she knows. She's got that locked in, right? So I literally, all I do is hold my hand out. She's got food for me. I'm out the door. I'm going to handle business, you know? But then there's a part of me in my head that has higher expectations. I'm working at this elevated level. I want you to be doing something else. And sometimes for her in her head, and this is like, this is kind of goes back to like, I was talking to one of my girls in California, and she's just like, well, dudes don't ever do anything that unless you tell them that you want them to do it, right? And then it got me thinking, people sometimes just don't know. Like, I think you've said before, like that like the wifey wants you to wash dishes, but sometimes you just don't think about that, you know? And it's the same thing. It's just the same thing, but it's just a struggle for me to like be able to put it in a certain way where I'm just not being a total dickhead, you know? Especially because right now I'm so accelerated. I'm going so fast that even my communication style has to be quick because I don't have time. Like, I literally have hours of downtime, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's why we haven't been really talking.
Yeah.
Either,
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I don't bother you at all, because I know, and I don't know your schedule. At least I have an idea of it, and I get lost where I'm at. So I'm just like, oh, what day is it? I have no idea. I don't even know if he's home.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I kind of like leave you to your own devices. And you even say to yourself, like, hey, when I'm like working, this was before this, the California thing is like when I'm working, like, and you even like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not functional.
Right.
And then when I'm not working, when I have like the days off, is when I can actually come back to reality.
Right.
You
Because
know?
sometimes you just got to shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You're a
just gotta shut
machine.
it,
And again,
literally.
I think the sickness is that you love that. Like, I think you like that. I think it's hopefully you understand when to not burn yourself out.
Oh, for sure. And,
You know?
and I mean, and I've already told, like, Danya and I have had this conversation. I was like, if this wasn't my last trip, I would tell you right now, this is my last trip.
Yeah.
Because the resentment's coming in, and I know myself. I limit myself. I know it's not right. I know it's stupid to feel the way that I'm feeling, but I understand why I'm feeling it. So I'll give myself a tiny bit of credit, you know. But I'm gonna stop because I don't want to go there, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be that person.
And I think also you're not able to slow down. So you're being accelerated every day, working, and like you said, you only have hours of, if you're lucky, of downtown, and trying to sleep, trying to cope, trying to whatever. So you're not able to really harness that power where you can just kind of like, okay, sit back, okay, what do I need to do, blah blah blah. You're like, no, I have to go.
Right.
So I think, like I said, right after, when you're done, when you're just back here or whatever, I think you're able to kind of like, okay, cool, like maybe you're more chill after, you know.
Yeah, it's a different story, right? There's still some times when it's like the same thing. Like, it just goes back to like our dads, you know, like, and that's the part. Like I said, it's a part of me that I hate. Like, sometimes it's just something that I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like I'm so concerned about, and that's why I said, like, I'm so concerned about providing that I lash out, right? Like, because it's stupid. Like, I don't know an example. I can't think of one, but like, let's say I'm doing this, right, and then Danya's like, well, we need to clean the gutters, and I'm just sitting there like, she hasn't said this, but if she did, right?
Yeah,
like,
example,
I'm just like,
hypothetically.
motherfucker, really? Do you have any idea what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then that's where like I have that problem where it's just like obviously she's never said that, just to be clear. Like,
Yeah.
she's never said anything like that, like, because she's totally respects what I'm doing. But I think the trap that specifically in our case, what that she falls into is, I'll make it look really easy, you know. And that's not, I'm not trying to brag, but when she asks me, how are you doing? When you ask me how am I doing, I'm chilling, you know. Babe, are you okay? What's going on? Oh, it's fine. You know, how was work? It's all right. You know? So, of course, like, she thinks, if in her perspective, I'm cruising through it. you know?
Oh no, in my perspective is like, I don't want to talk about it. It's almost like, no, I'm chilling. Like, but you're like, I think it's like in my head, I'm just like, I'm fucking tired. I'm working a lot, but I'm getting it done. I feel good about it, but I am fucking tired. But I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, and
That's at least
how it is.
that's what I got
That's
from it. That's
exactly
why I'm
how
like,
it
okay,
is.
cool.
Yeah,
Like, you
but
know what
for
I mean?
her, it's just like, oh, he's chilling, I can chill too, you know. And I think that's kind of the trap that we fall into, because I'm not honest about it, and it's my fault. I'm not honest about it. I'm not upfront and telling her, hey, dude, like, I'm fucking struggling. There's sometimes in California I can't sleep. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm being kept awake, you know,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I'm the night shift, like, you know,
Yeah.
here I'm fucking dying because I just, you know, because of work.
Yeah. I think one or two things is maybe you're perceptive enough to know that she's not going to be able to handle that. And then also not being able to help you in any way. I mean, she'll probably end up saying something. You're like, shut the fuck. Like, it just make you angry, right? Because we know Danyas. And the second thing is like, okay, I said that I was going to do this. I said that I'm going to provide. I said that I'm going to support. So I need to be strong for us or whatever. So then you already put that burden on yourself in that way.
Yeah, that is true. And you know what?
And
That's stupid of me.
yeah,
You know, and like I said, it's my fault. It's stupid of me for me to expect her to see what I'm doing without me communicating it.
yeah,
Right. And that's a stupid expectation for me to have. It's a stupid expectation for anybody to have. But it just happens, you
Yeah.
know? I was talking to my girl and it started like this. Like, I was like, man, girls have it so easy. All they have to do is, you know, go out with a guy to get free dinner. Cause she was telling me about a bad date, you know? And she's like, but I got dinner out of it. And I'm like, dude, it must be so nice. You just get to go out, even though it's a bad date. And she's telling me about like the frustrations between men and women, you know?
Yeah.
Well, dudes don't do anything unless you tell them. And I was like, yeah, but dudes are easy. Like, you tell me exactly what you want, it's gonna get done. There's no, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. No, seriously, what's going on? Like, what's going on with you? Oh, no, nothing, you know? And then like a half hour later, you're fucking fighting about some shit that she was really covering up.
yeah. But let me flip it on you then, because you didn't say you were frustrated, tired, and whatever, and then you end up resenting the expectation. So you're kind of doing the same thing, except you're just not seeing the perspective in it. Like, you know what I mean?
But that's my point is
Yeah.
I'm doing exactly the same thing, right? But it's different because she doesn't have any expectations of me, right? It's not like she's asking of me because she needs to get something solved. She's just kind of like, you know, being friendly. Like, are you doing okay? What's going on? You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But in the other way around, dudes are so simple that sometimes, I don't mean like simple like dumb. I'm saying like just simple
Jack.
Yeah. I'm just saying like simple minded that like they need to be communicated directly. Babe, I need you to wash those dishes today. Great. It's gonna be done. Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you say, man, you know what would be great? If you could maybe like find some time to do something, right? And you mean wash the dishes, they're not gonna mean wash the dishes because you didn't tell them that.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you just leave it up to like for us to catch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she means wash the dishes. Let me wash those dishes and then it'll make you happy. And that's not how it's going to work. You know what's going to work? And this is exactly what I told my girl. You know what's going to work? You say, babe, I need you to wash those dishes today. That would be so great. And then you come home, he washes those dishes, you knock that dick back, and then guess what? The next day you say, I need you to wash those dishes. They're going to be done. And if you do that about 2 weeks in a row, every time you come home, the dishes are gonna be washed.
I know.
Just
But
like training a dog.
yeah, I get it. It's hard, man. I think it's we tend to not want to get into real conversations sometimes because we know that like you have to be strong, you know, like so you, at this moment when you're going through this, you're like I can't falter right now.
Yeah.
If I falter, then I'm gonna crack, I'm gonna break. So I need to stay numb, you know.
Right.
Just I need to get through it. Once I get through it, I'm cool, I'm good.
Yeah. Sometimes
You
we're
know?
so focused on everything else, that the responsibility of having communication is just that's the last thing. That's
Yeah.
the last thing you're gonna take care of. You know?
Right. And again, I'm assuming like especially over the phone or whatever, uh I don't want to say Danya is clueless, but do you think she's uh like perceptive like that? Or no, not
She takes
really.
everything at face value.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then at least that's another thing that you kind of know of her, that
Right.
if you say I'm good, then she's gonna assume you're good.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. It's as my dumb ass, right? Because I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am perceptive like that.
Yeah.
And I know that. But for her, she takes it at face value.
Yeah.
So she's gonna do everything that she can to support me that I'm letting her know that I need. Right.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I'm not, she's not gonna be able to, because she just doesn't think that way. And that's my dumb ass. I should know better.
I think that's great. Meaning, no.
I think that's great.
I think that's great. Just because I think you guys work well together. Meaning, if you really try and really look inwardly and stuff for each other, you guys are gonna grow. I mean, you're already growing together, like, you know. So like, because she's like that, you have to say how you feel and talk about how you feel.
It's like an ironic force of growth.
Yeah, because it's not one of those things where like she's perceptive and I'm like, babe, what's wrong? Like, talk to me. And then you're like, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
because she's not like that and you're frustrated, you're like, I gotta tell this bitch what's
Yeah,
wrong.
I gotta
Like,
tell her what's up, exactly how
yeah,
it is.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then obviously how she is, you help her with that too, you know? And I just think it's funny, you know?
It's ironic, right? Like,
Yeah. So that, I think that's one of the things that why I wanted to do the podcast with her, is to kind of like dig a little bit and see where she's at. But it was just a shitty day. It just didn't happen, and we had a misunderstanding or miscommunication, you know.
it would be sick to have her as a guest star.
Yeah, well, because it would have maybe because I'm still interested in it, because it could have, well, what I wanted to do was cool too, was have the wifey sit down and do a podcast, and I'll be behind the camera and have a conversation too with them and kind of lead them, you know.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to do it. And then the day when it didn't happen, I was gonna just do it by myself and have the wifey behind the camera with the microphone and then have a conversation with her, but I'm looking at the camera. So
Yeah.
it might still happen. I don't know. And
I think it would be really cool to have a woman's perspective on the degenerate shit we say, you know? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
we're degenerates. I would say degenerate shit all the time. I'm going to continue to say degenerate shit.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to have, like, a woman's perspective, but not, like, a mature, like, I'm going to give you the real...
no, yeah,
Like, somebody that's
what
going to give us the same
think about
shit.
it. Yeah, what they think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, our last episode was about coming, so
Yeah. Yeah, we need a woman's perspective on it.
we'll be funny, like, oh, we come too.
Yeah. We like to come
Yeah,
too.
we like to come too, just as hard, if not harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of funny. That ironically, she's like, this bitch is gonna make me grow. You know?
Yeah.
This bitch
Yeah.
is gonna make me mature and be a better person. That I can't be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that makes you think about like how certain relationships don't work. When you see a couple, or when you see people you know, or people like from the outside, whatever, you're like, they don't work, but they because of it's like we've already done this, so we have to follow through with it. And I think again, like I'm
that's fucking sad.
I am a child of divorce, you know, so I think when it doesn't work, I think it's okay to say like, hey, I don't think it's working. Like, we've done what we can.
I don't know. I disagree. I agree with that, like, the very base statement, divorce is okay, right? But I also think that a lot of people are not willing to work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if they're not willing to take every precaution and everything that they can to be better, get better for themselves and that person that they have married, or just like say, I'm going to be with you forever. If you're not willing to do, again, I'm not judging anybody or whatever. I'm just saying, at least for me, to be in a better place, to be the best that I can be for myself, and the best that I can to make her be for herself, we need to work together and communicate and stuff. Obviously, there are days where we are yelling at each other, whatever, and that's normal.
That's healthy.
But I don't think I'm never not gonna like, hey, we're having trouble. We need to seek help, professional help or whatever. Hey, we're having trouble. This is gonna be a hard conversation. Can we talk about this? Like, and I think
that's
after
okay too,
that,
though.
yeah.
But I think that you need to have those. I don't mean you, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying people need to have those conversations. You know what fucking chaps my ass?
Well,
dude?
what's chap your ass, dude?
Dude, Danya makes me lunch at work here, right? So
Yeah.
I was eating lunch, and then
Chicken, rice, and vegetables.
I don't remember. No, because she knows that it'll be
I know.
done. Yeah, I'll burn the fucking house down, dude.
Yeah, house that you bought.
Yeah, I'll burn it down. I don't give a fuck. So there, I was eating my lunch, and people were just like, "Oh, that looks good." Your wife must be such a good cook, and I'm just like, and I was like, "Yeah, it's all right." And they're like, "Well,
How you assume that my wife made this is not me?
No. They know.
I'm
Yeah,
joking,
yeah.
I'm joking.
But I was like, it could use some salt. And then they're like, it was like two ladies, and they're just like, they just started laughing, right? And then one of them's like, yeah, but he'll only say that here. He won't say that in front of her. And I was like, no, I'm gonna say it to her.
Yeah.
And that's what fucking chaps my ass, because like people are so like, they have this like whole, I need to keep things secret. I can't communicate, right?
Yeah.
And I just told them straight up, I was like, listen, if my wife sucks at cooking, I'm gonna tell her. I'm not gonna tell her that she sucks. I'm just gonna say, hey, babe, maybe next time throw some cilantro in that shit, or maybe next time sprinkle a little bit more salt on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna like you can have an actual conversation. You're not gonna call it like, bitch, you a bad cook. Like you're just gonna tell her like, hey.
But it's like, come on, dude, like fucking nut up,
or shut up,
or vagina up, right? And just fucking have a little conversation. Listen, it goes both ways, right? If I'm telling you something and you take it in a bad way, how many more times am I gonna want to tell you something? Right?
Probably
if I
zero.
say, Xander, this tea you fucking made me, I'm not gonna tell you like that, but this tea tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're like, fuck you, then I'm never making you tea again.
Yeah.
Right? I'm never gonna say that to you again. But if I'm like, Xander, this tea tastes like shit, and you're like, oh dude, sorry, like what do you like? How can I make it better? And I'm just like, can you just add some milk? Great. That's great communication, right?
Yeah.
But on my behalf, if I say, Xander, this tea tastes like shit, how are you gonna feel about me and this tea, right?
Because I put my balls in it.
Right? But like if I'm like, hey Xander, you know what? Dude, this tea's just a little off. Can we try something else? Right? So it's a responsibility of both ways. But for some reason, motherfuckers act like you just can't talk.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a level. I think it's just how you put that conversation into light.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, man, I know people like that don't communicate at all with their significant other, and then have levels of resentment and and just like, I can't talk to so and so about this. Like, she's not gonna take it well. What the fuck are you with her?
Yeah.
If you can't
Well,
even talk
not
to
even
her?
that. It's just like, who gives a fuck? If she doesn't take it well, then that's on her.
No,
You need to be responsible with your communication and get your feelings out, because if you're not, you're going to be fucking miserable.
Yeah, but it also could be that person have a fear of like, I don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. If you're saying things responsibly with love, you're not going to hurt a sane person's feelings. You're going to hurt them for a second, and you're going to say, listen, I'm saying this out of love. These are my intentions, and this is how I want to progress with this conversation.
Yeah.
And in a normal conversation with people that are used to communicating, then they can get over that, right? And they can get over that surface ego that says, oh, you don't like my pork chops? Well, you must not like me at all. You don't like anything about me. I'm a horrible person, right? No, babe, I just want some pepper on the pork chops. That's it. You know? But it's like, man, sometimes it's so hard for people to communicate shit like that. And I'm not just saying cooking, but in general.
Yeah.
Communicating
We
your
can't say
needs.
cooking. It has to be like real shit. Like, I think with the cooking part, you can get away with a lot, you know? But here's the weird thing. Like, if you can't say to your significant other about the cooking, like, it needs a little bit more salt, or like, or like I don't like it like this, I prefer that, then that's a whole lot of mess that are worse than that. That, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
Like if you can't even tell,
exactly,
if you can't even say like, hey, I actually don't like that tea. Could you add milk to it? I don't like it how it's like that, or
Right.
whatever. Like if you can't say that, and if you in the fear of hurting somebody or whatever, and they are so sensitive that they're like, so you don't love me?
yeah,
Whoo
it's
boy,
much deeper.
whoo
Yeah.
boy.
If you're
Yeah.
afraid to say, if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
eating fucking dry ass hard pork chops every fucking day,
Yeah.
because you're afraid to say something, then that's the very surface of it.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, holy shit, right? So I think that I want to I want to at least reiterate that it's not just the like if you can't say that one small thing, fuck, dude.
Yeah, and I think that's where people get fucked up. That's where people just stay in these relationships and they just they just stop working.
Yeah, I think it. Man, I can't speak for you. Did you just fart?
No,
Oh,
that was
whoa. Oh, is it
probably my
text or
phone
something?
vibrating,
Okay,
so,
so having headphone, like this motherfucker just farted on the chair.
I would have leaned.
Yeah, you would have made it as loud as you can so you can hear.
I should one of these days. I haven't had a fart yet. That's a fear of mine. What happens if I fart during the podcast? But it's early hours, so it's like 10 minutes in, and I gotta hold it for an hour. That's a fear.
Hey, we already done a shit episode.
Yeah.
You know, let's not continue that. Yeah, it's weird, right? I think, man, that's a fear for most people, and it's just they maybe it's how they're raised or whatever. They're like, I gotta be hard all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man, I want to be silly all day. I want to laugh all day. Like, I'm the most, at least at home or whatever, I'm just, even at work sometimes when I'm comfortable, I'm just silly.
Yeah.
Like, I have no, like, I don't have anything to prove, you know? And life is way more fun than that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You know?
Like this weekend has been so stressful, and I was taking some equipment up today,
Yeah.
and I started doing some lightsaber shit with it, right? And then people were just looking at me like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy," and I was just like, "That's it."
But
You laughed, didn't you?
Yeah, and also like if I see that, I'm like, hells yeah, like
Right?
that's my people. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just like I think when somebody can be silly, like but genuine silly, where I don't know, like I like those people, you know, where
Yeah.
they just don't care about how they look. They can make silly faces.
They don't take themselves that seriously.
No, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like I want to be around those people, you know. You know, it's funny, Serene, because I posted recently. I posted like some pictures that a photographer took of me because he was doing this portfolio thing. I don't know if you saw.
Oh yeah, I
it.
saw them. They look fucking good, dude.
Right.
First
And
of all, fuck you.
Yeah.
And second of all, they look fucking
yeah. So Serene was like, "Oh, motherfucker, this motherfucker talk about an episode of I don't want to be. I'm not sexy or brooding," and then
good.
pull out these motherfuckers, and I just texted her back. But again, like I'm never in front of the camera. Like I'm always behind it most of the time, and every once in a while, vanity. I think vanity is my sin, pretty much. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with feeling yourself.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. Like we were talking about that. Oh, we would like to be silly, and I'm like, fuck, I just did this photo shoot. You know.
That shit look good.
But I felt good. I was like, oh man, this is great.
Them shits was nice.
I look like a Korean actor. That was the whole point
I
of the
mean, I don't
jacket
know
and
about
everything.
Korean, but
No, look like a Korean actor.
you didn't look Korean at all.
No, I know I don't look Korean, but the whole point, me with the long jacket and stuff, like that's how Koreans dress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now I'm
I look
understanding.
like I know I don't look Korean.
Yeah.
I look.
I see,
I'm a jungle Asian. I know this.
Yes.
So
yes.
so yeah,
That
yeah.
could.
You know, so I'm not the, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. See, I don't even have it. See, I don't
Got
even
you,
have
I got
it.
you.
Yeah. So, do we want to do this question, or want to move on and finish it? It's not. I guess it didn't really. Does it correlate?
Correlated to the earlier stuff, probably when we were talking about
Let's
getting
just
back to fuck those kids.
Let's just hold off then.
Yeah.
Just hold off.
Okay, Sausen, You left us a long comment calling us both out.
Yeah.
On our Fuck Those Kids episode.
I read it,
get to
and that's why I didn't reply.
No, we're gonna get to it. You know what?
No,
I
I'm
read
just
it.
kidding.
And
I read
didn't
it. I just
reply
like
because it deserves a verbal answer.
So real quick, when I told Danya, I was like, because you were like away or whatever, and I was like, oh, do the podcast with me or whatever, or maybe you guys can do the podcast together. And I guess she got pissed. Not Danya, but her mom. Her mom got mad
because she wants to be on it.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Sorry,
she's too mature. Yeah, like she's an actual woman. You know, like she's gonna say her real feelings. I just want degenerate shit.
Yeah, we don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, we're here to talk degenerate shit.
We're not saying to not keep trying because we think it's funny and like we enjoy that you actually want to be part of it.
Maybe there'll be one day. You never know.
Maybe, but as of right now,
false hope.
As of right now, not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
First of all, she hasn't even come fucking visited us. Yeah. That's just first of all.
Yeah.
She hasn't even seen our house ever. Yeah.
But she did send me the book. I'm reading the book currently, so thank you for that. Sure.
But
still not gonna happen.
Yeah, I still love you though.
Yeah. I know you're bribing me with a book, but think bigger. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Think bigger. Guitars, whatever. I'm not saying
light equipment.
I'm not saying your microphone. I'm not saying
Life X lights.
Yeah, music stuff, toys, comics. But I'm not saying Funko Pops. If you know what we like.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's possible. It's not gonna happen. But I mean, I think bigger.
Yeah.
Think bigger.
Yeah.
You know,
much bigger. Like woodworking equipment.
Yeah, like
Laguna tools.
Like certain tools.
Yeah.
Clothes maybe. Shoes. You like shoes?
I don't like shoes.
You don't like shoes? I like shoes.
I like boots.
Yeah. Wood, maple, whatever. Yeah. But whatever. What I'm saying is
probably not.
Probably not gonna happen. Guitars, but it's just that sometimes that we're not able to just any type of cool food. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Liquid Death for a lifetime. That could be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Sponsor me.
All right. So sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you for listening. This is not as degenerate as the last episode, which was fun.
We can't always go full degenerate.
Oh man, I want to go full degenerate all day.
Yeah, we can, but we can't, you know?
Yeah. It's only so much you can be full degenerate on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we gotta talk about some shit.
Some real shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we shitted on Danya today, so it's always a win.
Yeah. She likes to be shat on.
And with that, thank you for listening during the Thinker podcast. You can find us anywhere. Podcast. What?
I want to do it like where it's like you say the Doer the Thinker. Every time we say podcast, we just say podcast together.
Why?
I just missed it. I missed it.
Okay. Listen to me.
Yeah. I got you.
So thank you for listening to Doing and Thinker podcast. You can find the podcast. Damn it. You can find us anywhere on YouTube's, whatever. You know where to find us, man. Come on.
Yeah.
If you're not following, she's in charge to post shit. So post shit.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing this.
Also, you guys aren't talking enough shit about us, so.
Yeah, we want the smoke.
Yeah,
bring it. Bitches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call all you guys out. You guys are bitches.
Yeah. Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you afraid to tell us that I'm chinky and he's.
I have to say I'm a bit beaner.
Okay.
Yeah.
You afraid? Don't fucking call me a chink, by the way.
You can call me beaner.
Call me John Chinaman. It's from a show.
That doesn't even. I missed that one.
Oh, it's from a TV show. It's great. HBO Max. I'll tell you about it here in a bit. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Have a good night.
Okay.